One of the things that you want to do, and when we're working in a guided situation like this, you know, you're kind of subject to when the bell rings and what I'm saying to do. When you do this on your own, make sure at the end that you kind of finish everything up, finish all the transformations, and sort of empty out the white light stuff. It's kind of like when you cultivate metta. If you the way it was explained to me by a meditation teacher that I really liked a whole lot was you have to keep sending it out till you run out, which was kind of a bad translation from the Thai, I think. But basically, you don't want to end the meditation with that process still happening. You kind of want to feel sort of emptied out at the end. Does that make sense? So, so make sure you're kind of finished, and then come back and just breathe comfortably. And you should feel a kind of whole body sort of openness when you get done. If you don't, keep going for a few minutes until you kind of recentered yourself. But and I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's the one thing nobody tells you with Metta Bhavana and Tonglen and equanimity either is to end the meditation before you end the meditation. In other words, finish the process before you leave the meditation. In fact, some people say, oh, as you end, keep sending out metta. Bad idea. You'll end up like wanting to hug people in Walmart stuff. You know, finish it, kind of come back to your center, feel the warmth in your chest and that kind of thing. Focus on feeling the compassion and the loving kindness in your chest, but not still sending it out. It's there. Okay, does that make sense? Try that and let me know how. Just bring it back to your object of meditation. And that's a big part of what meditation is you sit down, you concentrate on something, your mind wanders, you bring it back, your mind wanders, you bring it back. And these types of meditations tend to be a little bit easier because there's a lot of kind of thinky stuff going on, so it kind of keeps your mind engaged. But do you meditate? I mean, here's the thing, finding yourself getting distracted is meditation. And I hear this a lot. Oh, I try to meditate, but my mind jumps all over the place. If you calm your mind down to the point that you realize it jumped all over the place, you were meditating. So, fine, you got distracted, just come back. If you're meditating on your breath, usually, is that usually what you do? Yeah. Find an object of meditation. Trying to clear your mind is kind of difficult. I mean, there are meditations that do that, but they're pretty advanced and they're really hard. What's better to do is just meditate on your breath, because then you got something to bring your mind back to. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, make your grocery list, come back, breathe in, breathe out. Okay? And eventually your mind's going to settle down for a while. There's not one easy answer for that question, and sorry, but it depends on the person. You know, it kind of depends on what you're bringing to the table, and it kind of depends on where you're at with regards to your spirituality and all of that. If I had to give one answer, I'd say meditating on your breath mindfully rather than strict concentration. If somebody said, well, you can only do one kind of meditation, then that would be the one to do. Now the thing is, meditation is not a relaxation technique. Relaxation is really kind of a side effect of meditation, if done properly. But there are meditations where you can float over a field of flowers and all that kind of stuff, and those are relaxing. But that's really kind of a guided relaxation. It's not a meditation. When you meditate in a way that has you observe what's going on in your mind and then work with what arises, then it may not feel relaxing every time you do it. In fact, it might never feel relaxing when you do it because you're working very hard. But the side effect of that is that overall you feel you're better able to handle stress. So you actually become more emotionally resilient because you're more aware of your emotions and what's happening with your emotions and how your mind and your thoughts and what happens engage in a way that creates stress or doesn't create stress. So so that would be kind of the one thing that I would say do and keep coming back to. But as far as the biggest return for the least amount of time spent meditating, I'd say cultivating the Brahma-viharas when you're first learning how to meditate is going to give you a pretty good return on your meditation minutes, because you are working pretty specifically and directly with number one, dealing with stressful thoughts and emotions, and number two, cultivating skillful thoughts and emotions. So so that's a good way to learn how to meditate, and then once you've kind of gotten through that and started to settle in, then go to that more mindfulness meditation would probably be, if I had to write a prescription for somebody, here's how you do it, that would be what I would do. That help?